Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Well, I have started dancing when I was 12 years old. I was always a little bit a troublemaker, and it was very surprising to my parents. Actually, it was shocking that I started to dance. I signed in the dance school myself, so that was even bigger shock. Yeah, that's how I started dancing.
I also started late, so at 12, same as Yuri. And I also signed up myself, although the whole class in school, we all signed up. And then I was the only one who showed up and stayed. Yeah, that's it.
Actually, the reason why I started dancing was I think it was just because I always felt that I want to be on stage. I always felt that somehow I felt like that I needed to perform, and actually, dancing was a great platform to do that.
And to meet girls, right?
Yeah, not so much. All right.
No, I started because I always loved dancing. I remember years, when I was still very small, one of my neighbors was a rock and roll dancer and she was teaching me on the balcony. And I always wanted to dance. And when I got that paper in school asking me why, asking us to join in, I said, yes, that's it. But we haven't been dancing together all the time.
No, we haven't. I had before you. I had two partners, and then we started
Me
dancing.
too. So we were third.
Yes, sir.
Lucky third.
Right. Well, regarding our teachers, is of course during every period, I think it was one rock that we had, one teacher that we have trusted. Mostly, those teachers was first and foremost was our coach Daniela Škofic Novak. She was a Slovenian coach who we really trusted, and she actually led us through most of our career. Of course, also her husband, Fredi Novak, but he was a Boron teacher, but still, we got great advices from them. Beside that, from foreign teachers, was our first foreign teacher was Carol McRae. Of course, beside Carol McRae, our so-called parents, dance parents were Michael and Lorna Stylianos and Alan Hazel Fletcher. Those were really, really people who we trusted and who from where we based our dancing. Definitely our artistic father or our was definitely Alan Torrensberg. So
So thank
late
you
in
to all
our
of them.
late in our career we trusted him very much. So
Yeah, he was our inspiration in the last part of our career when we, as every couple had questions and wanted to improve even more but didn't know how. And then we met him and he really changed our whole perspective, or not changed, but upgraded or inspired. And we are very thankful to all of them.
But with actually everybody who we had was very, very important, and there were also other teachers we had that we were very, very lucky to have them. Actually, we were very lucky with the choice of our teachers, and so
we just really now said the few of them who were through us from beginning till the end, or who made the most impact on us as dancers and as people.
Right. Well, interestingly enough, the most emotional results that we remember are those defeats, actually those bad results that we had. Because I feel that from those results we really grew up. So then when the good result came, it was, of course, it was fantastic. We will always cherish the feeling when we came first time in Blackpool amateur final in 2007, and when we of course won, and when we came into professional finals, and of course the last Blackpool that we have ever danced. So yes, but the most emotional were those results which we really
where
like.
we actually lost and where we felt defeated, and then we had to pick ourselves up
Yeah,
and continue.
I think we become masters of that.
No, it was just, now when we think back, of course we smile at it and why were we so disappointed, but definitely we grew from those disappointments, and we will cherish them as much as we cherish all the achievements.
Regarding the sweat and work that we have put on, we have put lots of hour of work. I think for sure in our period we were very hardworking people, meaning we haven't just danced, we haven't just worked in our Latin American ballroom dancing, but we have done so many different things, so many different classes, ballet, all the yoga, Pilates, gyrotonic, kinesis, hip hop, jazz, ballet, salsa, flamenco. I mean, everything. We've done everything, acting, this, that. I mean, we have been really committed to the dance, and actually
contemporary dance we've done a lot actually.
This was
where
a lot.
We learned a lot of things as well. Yeah.
But the thing was that I think that that's why we've become so successful, because we have broadened our platform. We have broadened our vision. For us, dancing was not just the 5 Latin American dances, but it was very broadened picture of that. Which we're very grateful that we went this path through. Yeah. It was a bit long because of that, because we had to do all these detours, but it was great.
It was nice.
It was nice.
Yeah.
Well, regarding to if we ever came to the point that we wanted to stop dancing, it was actually on numerous occasions. The first occasion was when we were very young. We came together. We also privately were together. Then privately we went apart. And actually then we couldn't stand each other. And we were quitting, I think, for 1 whole year. Until our teacher Freddy said to us, listen, I think that you have to now draw the line. And actually we set our goals. We set our plans, what was my interest, what were her interest, because this was causing all this trouble, because I didn't trust her that she had the same goals as me, and she didn't trust me that I have the same goals as me, because we never talked. So after the talking, I think we were both very sure what we wanted and where were our common points and what we wanted to achieve in our dance career.
Yeah. And also, then we got back together privately as well, but we still kind of wanted to make a clear line between our private life and our practice or our career. So we didn't bring our problems home as much as before. Of course, some of them stayed, but yeah.
And the latest one that we had was in amateurs, right?
I remember very clearly. We I don't remember which year, 2009 I think.
2008.
Or 2008, we came from the floor of Blackpool final, 2009, and we were 4th, and the year before we were 3rd.
What a drama. Which
and
was
we
okay.
Were 4th, and
anyway.
We were so disappointed, but not actually so much about the result, but we were disappointed in us, in our dancing. We didn't enjoy it at all. We danced the Blackpool final, wow, every couple's dream, and we didn't enjoy it because we didn't enjoy our
But
dancing.
the thing was that at that time, I think the reason was because we were using the dancing as media to achieve the result.
Yeah.
We didn't dance because we loved to dance.
Yes, yeah. And then I remember we were dying in our hotel room in Blackpool and we didn't know what to do. And then I remember one of our dancing friends came to us and she said, I remember what you were saying so many times you want to go to New York and experience all this crazy New York dancing on the streets and stuff. Go there. And we went, We were one whole summer, or at least 1 month, we were in New York, and we got so inspired. And that's where we met also Alan Tornsberg. And we were just doing flamenco on the street, doing salsa, hip hop, jazz, anything that crossed our way.
And we learned from all these people. We learned because those people, they are really artists, and we learned how much they love dancing. For them, there is no results. For them, there is just love and passion to dance. And we got that, and we said, oh, that's why we started to dance. So let's continue with that. So we continued successfully until the end, right?
Yeah.
The good thing that our teachers told us and engraved in us was that we had to always go from ourselves out, and especially when it was bad results, we never ever tried to point or blame to others. Of course, sometimes we did, but nevertheless, we always came to the point that we have to get better. We always came down, listen, this is like, we have to do it better. We have to be twice as good. Everything. So we kept on going, and we kept on doing.
I think that's why all the bad results for us were such a big disappointment, because we were in the end disappointed in us, and we always beat it ourselves what was wrong. And that's why it was so hard to come over that, because you put yourself down, which is always hard, and then you have to build yourself up again. So, but it works. So what are we missing the most about competitive life?
Well, I must say it is this preparation feel. This is amazing. When actually not so much the competitions and stuff, but this preparation, getting together with other couples, expecting this feel of, when you have these butterflies in the stomach, and the dresses are being made, and the choreographies are being changed, and you work on, and you can't wait to show that. So this is the best thing.
Yeah, I think this can't wait to show your improvement to everybody, and just come out there and really take that floor. That's the rush that we miss, I think. Yeah.
Well, I think, being before as a competitor, actually still, actually finishing career quite fresh. I mean, it's still fresh for us. But now starting to judge and getting all this experience as adjudicator, what I found out was that, how important is that you are you on the floor, that you have that charisma, that there is something that you can be yourself on the floor. I think this is the most attractive. When you see somebody on the floor, this is the most attractive. Whatever it is, whether you like it or you not, you will always notify them, whether they are, I don't know, mechanically or choreographically or whatever, good or bad, but you will always notice them. You will always notice those people who have hunger, who have that presence on the floor, who come out and feel like this is their time. And those of them who are very on automatic, which you don't spot, and they might be fantastic dancers, but you just don't see them.
Yeah, because they don't bring that energy, that enthusiasm. And I think just to show your love for dancing. You all love dancing. We all love dancing. So don't be afraid to show that love for dancing. That's what attracts all the people the most.
Go crazy, go bananas, whatever you want. It is important that you put that onto the floor. I'm telling you, because these are also the things that you will remember the most.
Because all the judges, we're all human. We're all human. We just want to see, and we get inspired and touched by human things. So if you're yourself on the floor, if you show that love for the dance, you're halfway there.
Of course, we all feel pressure before the big competitions. We all get there, and we all have different experience. Let's say from our experience, what we felt that helped us a lot was actually, you have built up your dancing, let's say, until Blackpool. And I remember the whole May, we went to the competitions. We did a lot of competitions, small competitions, which we needed to do so that we could put out those stress, because those people have seen us so many times, and then we didn't have this stress that, okay, this big competition comes up and now we have to put all on the floor, because we felt like, okay, we have shown them what we did from January until April or May, and now there is nothing. Now we can just dance and enjoy. And that's why I think we were very, very successful in those big competitions, because we always felt no pressure, no stress, because we have put all the stress out on these small competitions. So this was our way of doing it. Now, for some, it might be different, but let's say for us, works that.
I remember also one time, one sports psychologist that we worked with told us that the best way to get rid of stress is to imagine the situation going the best way possible, and then also the worst case scenario. And once you get comfortable with both, not comfortable, but kind of, if it goes best way, I'll be great. If it goes worst way scenario, I'll also survive and be, great in the future. And once you're kind of settled with that, then the stress slowly goes away, and then you can actually perform to your best. So I remember we did that as well.
Yeah. The advice that we have for the dancers of today to become great is actually working hard, working very hard. Have patience. Every one of you have 5 minutes of fame, believe me that. And many of us stop before those 5 minutes come. So try to work hard, be patient, and be persistent so that you are prepared for those 5 minutes. Because when those 5 minutes come,
you have to be ready for
you have to be ready.
Okay.
Those doors will open, and make those 5 minutes
count
in, I don't know, 5 hours, 5 days, 5 years, into lifetime. So it is very important, hard work, patience, and persistence.
And, love every minute of what you're doing, because what we are doing is so amazing, and be aware of that we are the luckiest people in the world, that we can dance and we can make this our hobby or our life. Most of us are making it our life, and what a great life. So if you're just aware of that, with everything that you do, I'm sure it will be great.
Remember, every one of you has those 5 minutes. It is only up to you how you're going to use them. We all know that these times are very, very difficult for all of us, and that we are fighting something that has been quite strong, and showed us that is very, very devastating for our humanity, civilization, however we call it. Nevertheless, I felt that everything brought us more together. Everything brought us that we stick together, that we have to stick together. And after this pandemic is finished, I feel that the whole dance world needs to still come even more together and work for the same goal. Work that we can all develop together. Plus, the dancers and ourselves as teachers and everyone, we have to be patient. We feel that everything will now a little bit go down, but nevertheless, we can, through patience, through being responsible to one another, through being compassionate to one another, I feel that we can build up our dancing. I think that, we have great future. I think we are very, very lucky to be in this world, and we need to cherish them like we cherish the flowers. at our home or our gardens. So we have to do the best that, you know, we will see, you know, even better dance world that we have seen until now.
We see now that the whole world globally is coming together to fight this virus. And I think in the same way, maybe the whole dance world can come together again after this crisis and create something even more beautiful and support each other and grow together again.
And yeah, the last thing we want to say, we are with you guys, especially you Italians. I mean, I know how devastating this is for you because you are very emotional people, very emotional. So we feel how devastating is this for you, the whole situation. And nevertheless, stick together. You will be again great, and
you are still great. So just fight.
Show your muscles.
Forza Italia.